Hey guys, Philosopher here, and today we have some news. Pocket Dimension has arrived. It's available. It's going to be starting in just 4 days. Of course, Scopely didn't give us much time to prepare because that's their thing. They want you to not be able to plan ahead in your roster and make, careful decisions about your roster over time. But this to me is a pleasant surprise. For most players, Pocket Dimension is a very good thing. It's a lucrative thing, right? It's free rewards for a good portion of the player base. I'd say late mid-game to end-game players basically can blow through Pocket Dimension for free rewards, at least unless they've increased the difficulty level from last time. And to me, this is mostly a challenge for mid-game players, and it can be a pretty substantial challenge if you're mid-game, free to play, somebody, let's say, working your way towards DD3 or something like that. Then this is a challenge. It can be difficult on your roster, something I helped folks out and made some videos in the first Pocket Dimension. So let's just take a look at the trait here, and I have to say, I really have some more good news for you when we look at the trait here. Okay, so when we look at the trait, it's actually this thing called Up and Comer. I had Doom Bunny. Congrats and shout out to Doom Bunny for all the work you do with the data mines. He told me that the DD Live trait tag from June 2nd has disappeared. It's been replaced with Up and Comer. And when you look at this, more good news, there are some really good characters here that are valuable in other game modes. So I think that, even if you are somebody who's, still working your way through, let's say, DD, Dark Dimension 3, Dark Dimension 4, whatever, there are characters you can feel good about working on. So, for example, if you see in the Up and Comer roster, we've got 2 web warriors here, Ghost Spider and Miles. They're going to be useful at the very least for getting Morgan Le Fay, plus you're going to want them for the bio nodes and Doom raids, so they're kind of no-brainers to work on for most players. Then you've got 2 members of the new Warriors team who are, the Mystic Raid team, also no-brainers for a lot of players. A lot of players already have them built up. And then you've got multiple Young Avengers here. We've got Squirrel Girl, and by the way, Dagger's also here. I should mention. So all 3 new Warriors are here. So if you just focus on raids, you could do the 3 new Warriors plus Miles and Ghost Spider, and there you have a team that's good in raids and is going to be useful in the Pocket Dimension. Then you've got 3 Young Avengers who a lot of people are working on for the upcoming Rogue event. So that's really good. So if you want to get Rogue and you're working on these characters, you get Squirrel Girl, America Chavez, and Kate Bishop. And Kate Bishop was useful in the last Pocket Dimension. So I know some of you told me you've built up Kate Bishop. Some free-to-play players were telling me they built Kate Bishop up for the last Pocket Dimension because they figured they could use her in tech raids. And speaking of tech raids, Shuri is great in tech raids. And she's she's legendary. So for some of you have been bringing her to Dark Dimension anyway. So to me, the pool of rational characters for you to work on are and by the way, I should mention Miss Marvel's also Young Avengers. So to me, if you're looking for the pool, and Nico is here as well. So wait, is the entire Young Avengers team here? So wait, let's go here. Up and Comer and Young Avenger. Yeah. So you can make an entire Young Avenger team here. It's obviously it is missing one member, okay? That being Echo. But you can literally just go with these 4 characters with Miles, and you'll have a full Young Avenger team, and Miles is useful in raids. So to me, that's definitely one way to go. You can also go, if you want to just go full raid team, you can go with the 2 web warriors plus the 3 new warriors. So from my perspective, the rational characters to work on for most players here are going to be Ghost Spider, Cloak and Dagger, Miles, Deathpool, all of the, the other 4 Young Avengers, Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop, America Chavez, and Squirrel Girl. Nico is an A-Force member. So if you're trying to build that team for the Rogue event, she's not completely irrational to go for, although I would say that she doesn't have the synergy that the others do. So to me, it makes a lot more sense if you're trying to build a team and you have a mid-range roster. I would think you'd want to pick the raid characters and or Young Avengers. So for example, you could just go straight up with the raid characters. Like I said, the 2 Web Warriors and the 3 New Warriors. That works. You could throw in Shuri for tech raids and Legendary and Dark Dimension. I think that's totally rational. She's fantastic on tech raids since her rework. She was she was usable. Somebody I used even before the rework. She's much better now. I think obviously you can wait and see how the Pocket Dimension is, but generally speaking, Pocket Dimension has not been all that challenging. It's not been something that is a major major challenge for players, something that players have had trouble getting their way through. It's usually been something that we can work our way through. So here, if I'm going to show you on MSF.gg, we usually have actually had maps that have shown us what Pocket Dimension looks like. It's not loaded up here yet. So, you can, so Dark Dimension 1 is here, but Pocket Dimension is not in here yet. But generally, it's been something where if your characters were, geared to your 13, 14, 15, you were okay. You didn't need some super roster, geared to your 16 maxed out characters. Now, obviously, I don't completely trust Scopely, so I wouldn't shock me if they upped their requirements. And so, obviously, if you're a mid-game player and you're bringing up characters just for Pocket Dimension, I think, with these sort of characters we're talking about, I don't think you can really go wrong investing some gold in them. But you might want to wait on your gear until you see exactly what the requirements are. For example, if Pocket Dimension, they make it a lot harder this time, and it's out of your reach as a mid-game player. If you're not going to beat it anyway, you're not going to get through that last node, then you may want to hold your gear and focus on whatever your more urgent need is. But otherwise, I think for most players, this is a gift, right? Pocket Dimension's free rewards. There's a lot of good characters here, and you're going to be able to find a way to get through it. All right, guys, if you like this video, smash that like button. Subscribe to this channel. If you have comments, questions, cheers, jeers, happy, sad, angry, mad, you can put them below or go to my Discord. That is linked below. You can also go to my Twitch stream. That is linked below too.